Alrighty, happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back to the Build a Better Back virtual class. We are in class number 15 today. Holy smokes, I cannot believe it. Time has gone fast, yet incredibly slow. Hey, Sarah, good morning. Thanks for hopping on. Happy Thursday. So, what a crazy thing that we've been online here for 15 times, 15 hours, roughly. Mostly on time today, so that's a good start. But for those of you who are maybe late to the party a little bit and just hopping on, I am Eric Wallace. I am an individual who works a lot with low back pain and helping people build better backs, more resilient backs, so that they can maintain their mobility, their independence, and keep doing what they're doing. So we've been coming on live every Tuesday and Thursday for the most part to go through our Build a Better Back virtual class. Typically, we were running this in person, and we switched it with everything that happened. We switched it to online, and it's been going pretty well. You can catch all the replays on our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to kind of follow the sequential order of the class. And then there is a very realistic chance that I will be putting the class in kind of an evergreen program that you can always refer back to and look at as well, kind of all in one package there. So good morning, Mary Lou. Always great to see you on. You are kicking some serious tail. So nice work for that. So appreciate everybody hopping on. First thing, make sure you share this out if you can. I'd appreciate it. I forgot to check in here at Modus RX Physical Therapy, but basically make sure you share out if you got anybody that you think would benefit from it, or you think somebody else could use some good quality movement exploration in their life to get a happier back. That would be fantastic. So two big announcements. First of all, the first announcement is that we are going to pick back up with in-person low back classes the week after Memorial Day. So typically our classes were running at 9 o'clock on Thursdays in person, and that will continue on that Thursday after Memorial Day, which is, I don't think, any major surprise. But we also are going to continue to offer the online class as well. And so we're going to do a little bit of a hybrid with the low back, Build a Better Back virtual class. What that means is you'll have different options. You can come to the in-person class only, you can come to the online class only, or you can come to both of them. And my other goal with that is to increase the frequency and the touch points that people are able to get these workouts in. So the class typically was once a week in person, and it was great, but I think we could even do more and have a little bit better frequency with that. So the logistics of it are still kind of being hashed out, but plan on having the option to do in-person, continuing online, or a little bit of both as we move forward. Announcement number 2 is that next Thursday, a week from today, May 21st, we will be hosting a live workshop on how to fix your neck pain from home. So anybody, I know this is a low back, kind of build a better back. There's a lot of stuff for shoulders and neck and knees and everything else in it. But anybody that's been struggling with a little bit of stiffness in their neck, troubles in their neck, pre or post or during COVID, this is going to be a good online workshop webinar for you to go through. Some very simple, actionable steps and things to do to take care of your neck pain while we are in, different positions and different chairs and different stresses, different lifestyles, certainly. So the How to Fix Your Neck from Home workshop will be next Thursday night, May 21st, and I will make sure that there is a link out for that to register for anybody that's interested. So that should be about it from me before we get rolling here. Type into the comments, let us know what's good, let us know what's happening. I am certainly confused as all get out about what the heck is happening in our state, but I don't really let it worry me too much. I'll just roll with the punches and then hang on till the end, and we'll talk a little bit about what Michael Jordan can teach us all about herself. If you've been watching the Last Dance documentary, certainly fascinating, and there's a key portion of what I took away from something that Michael Jordan said. So, good morning, Amy. How are you? Great to see you. Thanks for hopping on. So we're going to get started with our workout here, warm up, and a little bit of old, little bit of new here for the workout. So what we're going to start with is our very, very traditional forward lunge, rotating over. Okay, forward lunge, rotating over. Ease into this a little bit here. And make sure you play around with the depth of the lunge a little bit. Play around with the rotation amount, trying to get the upper body moving on the lower body. Warm up is all about just getting some moving parts happening, getting some muscles kind of activated, and getting that heart rate up a little bit to get us pumping. So next, we're going to go with our march in place. Now, a little variation here. When we march, try to grab your knee, give it a little extra pull. Grab your knee, give it a little extra pull. If you don't have the balance or stability to do that, that's okay. But we're just going to get up into the march, grab the knee, give it a little extra pull up to the chest, squeeze the cheek on the stance leg. If you don't got the pull in you, just get a little bit of an alternating arms and leg march here. Again, squeezing the cheek on the stance leg, right? So I'm locking this in, trying to drive that knee up or get a little extra pull to the chest. Little single leg stance there. Okay, good. Now, a little bit of the opposite. Go heel to bottom. Little side shuffle. Kick the heel towards the tail. Now, if you want to add a little bit of spice to that, we can get a little bit of a walking foot pull. So grab the foot, pull it to the buns, go from one foot to the next. You could also just do this right in place, right? So it's grabbing the foot, pulling the heel to the bottom. Again, just adding a little bit extra to the warm-up today if you think you're ready for it. Otherwise, a little weight shift, heel to bottom, back and forth. Okay, good. Now, hands across the shoulders, keeping the shoulders like two headlights straight forward. Big sweeping leg, up, over, tap, back and around, tap. Up and over, tap. Good. Back and around, tap. Trying to rotate the hips and the pelvis, but keep the shoulders square. So what else can we chat about on this Thursday? Anybody that was on Tuesday have heard, actually have a lot of announcements today. You'll have two new faces around if you're coming in the building or you're happening to see some of our stuff online. Good, let's switch sides. We got two new faces. Haley, our summer intern, has started, and whether you like it or not, Haley is going to be a rock star at helping this mug and this brand get out into the interwebs and the community a little bit more frequently. So Haley is going to be our social media manager for the summer, and she is from UW-Madison and is a rock star softball pitcher. So hopefully she wouldn't mind me sharing that she's benefited from some of our services and certainly believes in the value of what we do and the company. So it's gonna be awesome to have her on board. She's already killing it with some of the stuff she's doing. That will mean you'll see more of me, unfortunately, on the internet. Fortunately or unfortunately. Let's go a little bit of a new one here. All right, let's warm the buns up a little bit more. We're gonna go skaters. Okay, so you go a little side shuffle, and then just let the foot kind of come behind, tap the toes, try to stay nice and stable. You can play around with how much you want to shift your weight. So you can go pretty far and get a little hop almost, or you can just keep it really light and just try to focus on your balance there. All right, if you got it in you though, get a little bit of that tempo side to side, starting to warm the buns up a little bit. And then second person, we're going to be having a front desk operations, kind of office manager type. Will be kicking off with us after Memorial Day. Becky is just a wonderful person who will be coming in. She'll be helping you get yourself situated, get your logistics situated with appointments, and helping us with keeping everybody happy, helping keep me organized, which is going to be a challenge for her. I apologize, Becky, but we're really excited to have her, and she's going to be starting out part-time as well, but she will be around during the nuts and bolts of a lot of your appointments, and it's going to be phenomenal to have another body in here helping us carry out the mission. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's finish up with some stuff on the wall here. So, find some space on the wall if you can. Hope everybody's doing well today. Happy Thursday. Let's get the feet away from the wall. All right, kind of a push-up position, and we're going to drive the knee up and across. You can alternate sides, and we're trying again to get those hips rotating. Keep the shoulders square against the wall, and use that core to drive up and across. A couple more each way. Good. All right. Then we're just going to do one last thing for some spinal twist. We're going to work on a thread the needle. So find your wall. You slide one arm up the wall, other arm threads through. You think about now keeping your shoulders like two headlights pointed towards the wall. Well, we get that spinal twist, and then we lean into the wall a little bit more. Come on back, work up, through. Alternating sides, use the wall, use some leverage to get a nice upper back twist here. Good. Very, very good. All right. Now, before we move to the ground, I'm going to ask anybody that's on with us live here, if you would have interest in joining our online class moving forward beyond Memorial Day and whatnot, make sure you type into the comments me, and I'll know that there's some interest out there to keep the online stuff going. And then I'll have a good idea. It's going to be important as we get back into things here to try to, I don't think there's any right or wrong, so I want to try to get as much feedback from people as possible about, especially with some of the small group stuff, do they prefer, coming in again? Are they going to want to stay online? I think we can do both, but it would be good to have some interest. If you think you'd want to do some online virtual classes still, moving beyond Memorial Day, let me know. All right, so we're going to start on our back briefly. Okay, feet are wider than shoulder width, knees are bent, and we're just going to work a little bit side to side here. Okay, low back, pelvis can rotate and come up off the ground. That's fine. Feet, bottom of the feet can come up off the ground. But I'm trying to keep my feet width or my foot width the same distance apart, and I'm trying to keep my ribs and my shoulder blades flat here. Let's go one more each way. We're going to kind of get up into our hip mobility flow here pretty quickly. Good. Now cross the right ankle over the left knee and keep working side to side. Breathing. Okay, make sure we're breathing. if you haven't heard me say it yet, general rule of thumb is if you get into a position and you can't breathe in that position, unless you're under a lot of weight, like a squat or a deadlift or something. We're just generally moving about here. If you can't breathe in a position, you probably don't truly own that position. Good, switch sides. Feeling any differences there might be side to side. Good. Now, bring the body up so you're kind of on the hands here. All right. Get the feet a little bit wider than shoulder width yet. All right. Now we're kind of supporting ourselves. We're up in this TV watching position here. And we're going to go into those same windshield wipers. All right. We're just going to get a couple side to side here from this position. So if you are late to the party again on the class, you'll find that we work a little bit from the ground up. And we focus a little bit more on kind of mobility in some key areas. Primarily for the low back, we're thinking about the hips and the upper back and the shoulders. And then we work on strength and stability in key areas. And we also work on getting the spine very comfortable taking on stress, going through different ranges of motion. I am 100% okay flexing the spine, extending the spine, rotating the spine. There's nowhere that says that we should not be doing this. So if you've been told otherwise, and obviously every situation is different, but we're all about giving you thoughtless, fearless movement. And in order to do that, you have to be able to take your back through ranges of motion without being scared of it. So we ease into that here. Now, I'm drifting to my right. My knees are drifting to my right. I'm going to take my left hand, release, come in front of the shin, drop the chest down towards the ground. And drop the chest down towards my right knee here. Get a nice hip stretch on that right side. Breathe. Come up, still in support position. Try to lift your left foot. Light up that glute muscle on that side. Good. Relax. Come up tall. Try to rotate to your left. Good. And reverse back. Now this is a big hip mobility flow here. All right. So I go to my left. We'll talk you through it. Go to my left, release the right hand, bring the right hand in front of the shin, drop the chest to the knee, breathe. I come up a little bit taller, but keep my hands down, and then I try to lift that right foot up. Light up that outer hip and glute there. Good, breathe. Come up tall. If you can, try to rotate the body to the right, no hands. Look, ma, no hands, right? Tougher than it looks probably. Back in reverse. Okay, back over to the right side. Drop the chest down to the knee. Breathe. Get into that right hip. Again, come up a little bit taller. Keep some weight through the hands. Try to lift that left foot. Feel that left glute light up. Breathe. Good. Down. Come up tall. Rotate to your left if you got it. Good. If you can't quite get that rotation, just work on coming up tall here without hands. Good. Back over to the other side. Windshield wipe down to the left. Release the right hand, bring it in front of the left shin. Drop the chest to the knee. Breathe. Come up a little bit tall. Lift that right foot. Light up the hip. Good. Come up tall. Rotate. Beautiful. Hope everybody's doing well. If you have any problems, don't be afraid to regress a little bit. You don't have to do every step. I'm just giving you right now kind of the max progression that we're working on here. Something specifically bothers you, type in comments, let me know. All right, forward, breathe, ease into it. Good, slightly up, elbows extended. Lift that left foot. Try to hold it, good. Come up tall, okay? Try to get the sit bones flat here if you can. Rotate. Couple things you got to be careful here or just think about. If you're really getting bad pinching in the hip, think about that. Don't force through it. Try to work around it or just breathe into it. Other side, one more here. Release, chest down to that left knee. Breathe. Come up slightly. Lift that right foot. Good. Come up tall. Try to get those sit bones flat. And if you got it, rotate a little bit to your right. Beautiful. And back. Here we go. Excellent. All right. Wonderful. Now, I have to go grab a foam roller. We're going to work onto our side. We're going to work that upper back mobility. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Type into the comments. Let us know if you're having any issues. We are here as a resource for you. Let's take the top half, open it up. Breathe. We got the knee on top of the foam roller here. The knee is right in line with my hip. And I'm just letting that knee kind of stay resting on the foam roller and try to open up. Give me 2 more here. Good. Take your offhand, bring it down on top of the knee. As I open up the top half of the body, try to get the shoulders flat. Now I'm going to lift this knee up into my hand. All right, I'm firing my hip muscle, and I'm trying to lift that up into the hand, create a little side body stretch, breathe, and then relax. Close the book back up. All right, here we go. Let's get 2 more of these. Try to lift that knee up. Relax. Close the book. 1 more. Open. Lift the knee. Good. All right. Now, lift the bottom leg. All right. So this is a little bit different. You can do whatever you want with this hand over here. This can be out here. It can stay on top of the knee. But what we're going to do now is we're going to open up the top half. And then my bottom leg that's straight and locked out, I'm going to try to lift that towards the sky. All right. That activates things a little bit differently. Open up. Lift that bottom leg. 1 more. Good. All right. Now, get rid of the foam roller. Okay. Just gets a little bit tougher as we go. Now we're going to do our scissors move. So we bring the feet straight, feet stacked, legs straight. We lift the bottom leg so that the foot is slightly higher than the hip. As we open the top half of the body, the leg goes forward. As we close the top half of the body, hand goes forward. Leg goes back, sorry. Getting my top and bottom mixed up here. Rotate open, foot goes forward. Try to keep it the same height off the ground. Rotate forward, leg goes back into extension. Squeeze that cheek on top there. Beautiful. 1 more each way. Good. Excellent. Switch sides. Switch sides. Top knee is bent. Knees right in line with the hip. On the foam roller. We're starting out just our typical open book here. Open it up. Good. Close it back down. Open it up. Breathe. Let gravity and your breath do the work for you. Good. Now, free hand comes on top of the knee here. We open up the top half of the body. I try to lift that knee up into the foam roller. Lift that knee up into my hand, off the foam roller. Give yourself a little resistance, relax, close the book. Lift the knee, close the book. So when I get done with this class, I'm going to call my barber, see if they're considered themselves essential yet or not. And when they say they're not sure, I'll send them a picture of my head, see if they find out how quickly essential they are or not, because this is getting pretty entertaining. Good, one more. I had my little college golfer. He was giving me some grief yesterday about the look, so apparently I'm not going to be able to swing the look with the youngins. Back to top knee on the foam roller. Sorry, losing train of thought here. Open up the top half. Now that bottom leg gets straight. Lift. And I don't know if it was so much the length of my hair as it was the gray. The gray was really throwing them off. Said, someday, son, you will be there. And you'll just be happy that it's not falling out. I'll take gray any day over losing it. Good. Scissors. Chuck that foam roller out of the way. Legs are straight, feet are stacked, knees are straight. Lift that foot slightly above hip height. Open the top half of the body. Leg goes forward. Leg goes back, arm comes forward. Good. One more each way. Good. Very, very good. Excellent work, everybody. Take a second. We're going to end up on our back here in a minute. Take a second to readjust. Stretch anything out that you need to. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us again. All about trying to get you to be a little less fearful and guarded with your movement. A lot of us, that low back starts giving us grief, and it kind of shuts us down, shrinks us down. We're a little bit more guarded with what we do. So this class is kind of all about getting you out of your, taking the training wheels off, so to speak, for your back. So it takes a little bit of progression, a little bit of the right kind of movement. But what we are going to do is we're going to straighten out one leg, okay? And what we're going to do here, in the past, we have done kind of a lift off, where we lift the shoulder blades up off the ground, right? And what I want to do today is be just a little bit more specific about it. So it's going to be a very similar pattern, except now what I'm going to do, if my left leg is bent and my right leg is straight, I'm going to take my right hand up towards the ceiling. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to squeeze my right cheek, like somebody's going to poke me in the buns with a tack, all right? And then I'm going to pick about, 3 to 5 feet over on the ceiling across my body, and I'm going to punch up and across, okay? So I'm clearing both shoulder blades, but my right shoulder blade is coming up higher, and I'm squeezing this right cheek. So I'm getting this little bit of a tug of war in my body. Right cheek turns on, kind of pins that hip down, but then my core fires, and I'm trying to lift up and across there. Good. Okay? So, squeeze the cheek, drive the shoulders high, punch up and across the body. Good. Squeeze the cheek, drive the shoulders high, punch up and across the body. Goal is to try to keep that cheek squeezed while you lift the shoulder blades up. I get a really interesting stretch kind of right through the front of the hip here, a little bit in the right lower back with this. Feels good. Make sure you're breathing at the top. You're pausing at the top and breathing at the top. Squeeze the cheek, up and across. Good. Squeeze the cheek, up and across. Excellent. Switch sides. Right knee bends, left leg is straight. Left arm straight up towards the sky. Now I'm squeezing my left cheek, trying to tighten up my my left buns. That should actually press your glute into the ground, kind of move the pelvis a little bit, and then we're going to reach up and across this way. Breathe and back down, okay? Both shoulder blades are lifting. I'm still curling my spine and lifting my shoulder blades up. But because of that reach and punch, left shoulder comes a little bit higher than the right here. Good. Pause and breathe at the top. Squeeze the cheek, punch up and across. Breathe. Back down. Squeeze the cheek. Good. Squeeze the cheek. One more. Beautiful. Excellent. Excellent. Good. Shake anything out you need to. All right. Now, we're going to work the backside. All right. We're going to work the buns. That was a little bit more for the front core. Now we're going to work the buns a little bit, the glutes. And again, adding a little wrinkle here as we move forward in the class. We're starting to explore new movements. So we're going to do a pretty standard bridge, a 2-foot bridge, 2-legged bridge. But I'm going to add some upper body rotation to the top to see how I can challenge myself, okay? So what that looks like, my feet should be about shoulder width. My hands come together towards the sky. I'm going to lift my hips up, but then keeping my hips high, I'm going to try to turn my upper body and point my fingers to the left. Come back, keep the hips high, turn and point my fingers to the right. Come back and relax down, all right? So make sure that as we lift the hips, we're keeping the hips high and we're rotating the hands side to side. So what you end up doing is, as you rotate, you end up just being pretty much on one shoulder, holding that spot, come back to the middle, go over to the other side, come back to middle, and then down, all right? You can play around with how much movement. So you can try to end up almost all the way to your side up top, but if you want to just get a little extra spice and you don't want to push it, you just go a little bit. You just rock onto one shoulder blade, maybe rock onto the other shoulder blade. What you'll feel is that translates down to the hips and forces you to use your hips a little bit differently. All right, so let's get into it here. This is a new one, so any problems, make sure you let me know. Lift, rotate, trying to keep the hips high. Good, back, breathe, other way. Keep the hips high, down. If you have any shoulder problems with this, certainly let me know. One variation, it might not be perfect, but one variation might be to just cross the hands and see if you can rock that way, and if that changes anything for the shoulder. But I like using the finger points as almost like a directional. I'm trying to point my fingers to my left, keep the hips high. Good. Other way. Good. And back down. Okay. One more each way. Lift up. Rock to the side. Good. Back. Other way. Good. Back. And down. Beautiful. Beautiful. Pull the knees to the chest. Get a little rock the egg going. Massage the low back. Used to play crack the egg on the trampoline. That was always pretty fun. Anna, great to see you. Thanks for hopping on. So here we go. We're going to go into a side position, all right? We're going to work on our side plank progression a little bit here. So remember from last time, we started standard. We're going to start standard today. Our modified side plank is, knees are bent slightly. Knees are bent about 90 degrees. Hips are flexed slightly. And then I have my elbow right underneath my shoulder here. All right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to work up off the ground, pushing down through my bottom knee and through my elbow, and forming a little bit of a bridge with my body. As I come up, I shoot the hips forward, and then as I go down, I kind of hinge the hips back. All right? So there's movement up and down with the hips, and there's movement forward back with the hips. When I come forward and tall, I like to squeeze my buns here. Stay solid. Good. And up. This is a good shoulder workout. If your shoulder's bothering you, just make sure that that elbow is right underneath your shoulder. Good. Down. Okay, now, here's our first wrinkle. We come up, we kick that top leg straight out. Good. And down. Up. Top leg straight. Squeeze the cheek on top. Good. Down. One more. Up. Leg out. Squeeze the cheek. Down. Good. Reverse. Okay, now, a little extra wrinkle. Try it. No biggie if you don't got it, but we're going to go upper body, overhead, legs straight. We're going to try to come together at the top. No laughing if I fail miserably at this, but I think I got it, all right? So we're up, we're together, we're back out, and then we're down. Okay? We're getting there. Tell you what, Mary Lou, calling you out, Mary Lou. I think you're ready for this. Up, overhead, back, up, and down. All right? Good. Let's switch it over to the other side. So if you've been with us, we've been training for this. If you haven't been with us, where have you been? Come on now. Brazilian butt lift program. I mean, it's at a bare minimum, get a better butt for summer. Brazilian butt lift program coming out $9.99, a couple weeks. All right? Get ready for it. You won't see me as the model on the cover, I promise. Coming on up, opposite side. Hips forward, high, back down on hinge. Good. Up, back down. One more, own it, breathe at the top. Good, down. Woo! Running out of time here, having too much fun. Up, leg straight, down. Really working the glutes and that side body now, okay? Building that resilient spine. Start hammering out these things like they're nothing. Little baby carrier is not going to bother you. Little gardening's not going to bother you. Little deadlift, a couple 100 pounds from the ground's not going to bother you. Good. Arm up. Bring it together. Back out and down. Okay, here we go. Come on. Give it to me. Over, together, over, and down. One more. Come on, we can do one more. Up, over, reach, together, back. Woo, hold it, hold it, hold it. Boom, beautiful. Beautiful. A kneeling ovation for that one. You guys are doing awesome. I can't see anybody, but I trust that you're doing awesome because you have me as a teacher, so you got to be doing awesome. And that's my humble statement for the day. So let's get right into it. All right, I got one thing I want to work on from a standing position here, and we did a tiny bit of it in the warm-up. But I want to get through our kneeling, all fours to standing flow. I just love it. I like we've been through it. If you've been doing it, you got it down, hopefully. Just because we've been doing it doesn't mean it's not still good. We get a lot of stuff with it, and then we'll work on to standing position. We'll finish up there. So for our all fours tabletop to standing flow here, what we do, I'll take you through slow the first one and then try to keep up after that. All right, so right foot, swing out to the outside of the hand or the best you can, close to it. Get into that groin, get into that hip pocket a little bit there. Now take the right hand, open up towards the sky, breathe. Good, come on back down, come up tall. Squeeze the cheek on the kneeling side. Walk the foot over, right? One step if you got it, try to keep your stability. If you gotta go short choppy here, that's okay. Rotate the trunk towards the knee that's forward, come back, and then drive up tall. If you got a little single leg balance in you, beautiful. Own it. Back, over the knee that's forward, straight, One step if you got it. Walk that foot out without cheating through the trunk and the hip. Down to the ground. Open up. Back down and reverse back. Left side. Slow here, and then we'll pick it up a little bit. Pick the tempo up. Left foot out. Try to get to the outer portion of that hand. Get into that hip pocket and that groin a little bit. Open that left hip. Left shoulder. Down. Come up tall. Squeeze the cheek on the stance, kneeling side. One step if you got it. Walk the foot over without losing your balance. Rotate forward. Rotate towards the knee that's forward. Back straight. Drive up. Own that balance. Okay? That's the progression. If you can't drive all the way up into balance, just focus on trying to come up tall. Okay? And then reverse back. If you can't drive all the way up to standing, just try to focus on getting that knee up off the ground a little bit. All right? Just engage the legs. Do what you got. Good. Back. Walk that foot over. Down. Open towards the sky. Down and back. Okay? One more on each side here. A little more tempo. Out. Open. Down. Up tall. Squeeze the cheek. Walk it over. Rotate. Drive up high. Come on. Mash me. Mash me. Balance with me. Balance with me. Back down. Rotate forward. Good. Back. Walk the foot out. Down to the ground. Open up towards the sky. And reverse back. Left foot. Open. Come up tall. Squeezing the cheek. Walk it over. One step. Rotate over the left leg. Back. Drive up high. Balance contest. Here we go. Come on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to close my eyes, otherwise we'll be here all day. Ooh, there it goes. All right, good. Back down. Rotate over. Step out. Down to the ground. Open up. Good. Here we go. Fast now. Fast. Right side. Out. Up. Down. Tall. Walk it. Rotate. Drive up. Back down, rotate, walk out, down, open, left side, here we go. Up, good, back down, rotate, walk it out, down, open it. Wonderful, wonderful job. Beautiful. All right, coming up to standing. All right, coming up to standing. Hopefully everybody's doing well. What do you got? Yikes, Mom says. Yikes. Yahoo, like those side plank add ones. Good job, Mary Lou. I knew you would. I knew you would. That maybe used to be a grunt or an ugh, but not anymore, Mary Lou. You are killing it. All right. So, playing around with some standing work here. All right, we got a little dipsy-do dance move for you today. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep working on that single leg stability and hip strength from a standing position. And we've done some stuff now where we've been working kind of straight back, right, from that kickstand and then coming back. Now we're going to work a little bit side to side, all right, and that's single leg stability. So find your hip hinge position on one leg. Again, what I mean by that is hips come back slightly, the knee is soft, but we're kind of putting the weight through our heel on the leg that we choose to stand on. So for me, let's start on our left leg, just so we're all on the same page. I'm going to stand left foot kind of planted, weights through my left heel, knee is soft, hips are back slightly, all right? What I'm going to try to do is keep all of the weight on my left leg, keep my trunk like a statue, and we're going to tap out and then back behind us, okay? And we're transitioning from here to here. Now, you can play around with distance, right? But the goal is to try to stay like a statue through this leg and through your trunk as that leg transitions in and out. And this should be left buns 101, all right? Brazilian butt lift program. I'm giving you all the good insider content. You're not even going to want to purchase the program anymore. Shame on me. But 2 more each way. Crossing back behind, crossing it out. Feel that left cheek and glute. Nice stable knee. Excellent. Switch sides. Okay. So you got a couple variations here from the single leg to work on glute strength, stability, really take stress off the back. We started with that kickstand move where we were here. We would kind of deadlift and then we try to kick out, right? We did that. Now we're working a little bit side to side. We're still working the buns to help protect and get a stronger, more resilient back. So all the way to my right leg now. Weight through the heel. Right toes are kind of light. Soft knee. My hips are hinging back. I'm right here, okay? And I'm out and behind. Notice the angle of the spine does not really change. This leg position does not really change. Yes, I am a majestic physical specimen. Do not try to match me. No, just kidding. Doing my best though, okay? Back behind, out to the side. Okay, again, play around with distance. If all you got is here to here, that's fine. But either way, you're burning up the buns because you're standing and stabilizing on that leg, keeping your trunk nice and stable. Give me 2 more each way. I'm going to start to sweat, and then my poor 1030 is going to be like, what is that stench? So, beautiful. Beautiful. Let me clean up my mess here. Code 4, let me catch my breath. So wonderful, wonderful job today. All right. Now, do not forget about our breathing exercises. Okay. Do not forget about our breathing exercises. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go way back when to first couple classes, and we talk about diaphragmatic breathing, box breathing, a really good recovery strategy for something finishing up with this. Really, really good to help alleviate pain and tension naturally, and really can help with kind of the natural anti-anxiety effects. So box breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, you can look it up, or you can go back and look at a couple of our earlier videos. We usually finished up with that. So nice work, everybody. You guys are doing awesome. Again, I think Mary Lou is rocking a perfect attendance, so kudos to you. And couple things, make sure you share this out, let everybody know what we're doing, and give them some help. 2, we're going to be doing a hybrid class in the next and 2 weeks from now. We're going to start kind of a hybrid class, a little bit online, a little bit in person, and that's going to increase the frequency of the class, which is probably good for everybody. And then 3, our neck workshop, virtual neck workshop next Thursday. So how to fix your neck pain from home. It's going to be in the evening on May 21st. So get your neck feeling better and then head into the Memorial Day weekend. All right. So finishing up today, we've been trying to talk a little bit on the mental health side of things and just giving some different plugs to kind of help get your mindset right. Again, without a good body, tough to have the mindset there, but without the mindset there, tough to really want to be able to focus on the physical. So if anybody's been watching The Last Dance, it's the documentary about Michael Jordan and the Bulls in the 90s and kind of their last hurrah together in 98. Michael Jordan is an exceptional, human being at his craft. Obviously, you can take the personal side of things for however what you want. But hey, Haley, how's it going? Thanks for hopping on. Looking forward to seeing you. Michael Jordan's an exceptional individual at his craft, and regardless of the personal side of things, one of the things that you can look at him and study is just his dedication and his craft to what it was he was doing. And sometimes it came at the fault of other things, obviously. But one of the things that I think we all need to take from him and others that are probably have similar mindset is that now is not the time to be right, and now is not the time to be better than anybody else, right? So see a lot of different stuff flying around there. People are trying to be right on social media. They're trying to be right with their family members. They're trying to be right. And really what's kind of laughable about it is you're trying so hard to be right that you've burned up all your energy and you haven't really gotten anywhere to an outcome at the end of it. So Michael Jordan was fascinating because he talked about the importance of not trying to be better than others, right? And the reason is, if you look at the long-term picture of what happens is, let's say at some point, and regardless of whatever it is you're trying to do, if it's you're trying to be right politically, or you're trying to be better business-wise, you're trying to be better in sports, whatever it is, you're trying to look better than somebody else, whatever it is, you get to a point, if you think about the long-term picture of it, you get to a point where what happens when you actually do become better than those other people, right? You're still going to hit a plateau because you have nothing further to push you. And so you get to a point where you're better than other people potentially, or maybe in your own mind you are, but then that's your end game. That's the end point, and you've kind of plateaued there. So being better than other people is probably some sort of, whatever, human, animal, it's just been in us forever. But really at the end of the day, like Michael Jordan, just try to be better than yourself, okay? Day after day, if you can be better than yourself, stop comparing yourself to others, stop trying to be right on social media, just try to be better than yourself, because then the ceiling is endless, right? There's no plateau. There's no potential, the end point that you're going to hit. If you're always trying to be better than yourself, you're always going to improve. Versus trying to be better than other people, there is a hard cap to that, a hard ceiling to that. And that's why Michael Jordan was, again, regardless of what you think of him personally or anything else, the mind of him and his mindset was phenomenal to do what he did and ultimately, be one of the best competitors ever. So take that to heart. I know we're not all Michael Jordan. I know we're not playing NBA basketball, but man, it's for whatever reason, everything that's going on, a lot of people seem to be comparing themselves to others, trying to prove that they're right. It doesn't amount to a whole hill of beans for you, I promise. Try to focus on yourself. Actually be a little bit selfish and try to be better than yourself tomorrow than you are today, and et cetera, et cetera. All right. So that's what Michael Jordan can really teach us about ourselves. Don't worry about others. Don't worry about trying to be better than anybody else. Just try to be a better you each day. All right. Excellent work today. That was a fantastically fun class. My back feels amazing. My butt feels amazing. I'm going to go pop on a Speedo, I think, and run around in the rain because my butt's got to be looking good right now. Certainly feeling good. So appreciate it, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Tuesday at 9 a.m. and next Thursday, 9 a.m. Peace.